Hey guys, welcome back. I just have a quick week of overnight oats recipes to show for you guys. Just 5 days, 5 different recipes for overnight oats. If you try any of these, please comment below and let me know what you think. And I hope you enjoy. Let's get into it. So first on the list is a strawberry banana peanut butter. I have 1 banana and 2 strawberries already sliced up into bite-sized pieces. I have some honey, some natural creamy peanut butter, oat milk. You can use any kind of milk that you want, of course. Then I have my black chia seeds. I add these to all of my overnight oats. And then, of course, we have our oats. These are old-fashioned oats, not quick oats. You want the harder texture oats since they'll be soaking in the milk and other ingredients overnight, so they will soften. So I do a half of a cup of oats and then a half cup of milk. This does make a thicker oatmeal, so if you don't like thick oatmeal, I highly recommend adding about a 1/4 cup of extra milk to your oatmeal. My husband, for example, he does the extra 1/4 cup, and it's good. It's a good oatmeal, it really is. But for my personal taste, I like to just do half a cup, half cup milk, half cup oats, and then just mixing that up a little bit, really unnecessarily, doesn't really matter too much. And then the honey acts as the sweetener, of course, and this is going to be kind of to your liking. I suggest starting with about a half teaspoon to a teaspoon, and then just going up or down from there, figuring out what works best for you. And you can, of course, add the honey the next morning, so you're only adding a little bit at a time and go from there. And then I put a teaspoon of the chia seeds. You will see that I add that to each of these recipes. And then we have our natural creamy peanut butter. You can use, of course, any peanut butter that you like. If you use the chunky peanut butter, that might call for some extra milk just because it's going to be thicker and it's going to make your oatmeal even more thick. And there is that. And of course, watch your peanut butter for sugar content as well. See if it has any added sugar. This one doesn't, so it doesn't add any sweetness. More so adds a creamy peanut taste, of course. So then I'm just adding my whole banana and my 2 strawberries. And that does end our strawberry banana peanut butter overnight oats recipe. So then we just sit that in the fridge overnight, and it'll be ready for us in the morning. No shaking on this one. And then I personally do not like cold oatmeal, so I throw mine in a pan the next morning because I have the time to do so, and I heat it up just a little bit. Like for this, it's mostly to get the peanut butter melted and all mixed in, but you of course can just eat it straight out of the jar, right out of the fridge. It's totally fine. If you can do cold oats, go ahead and do it. My daughter jumped in the frame of that last one, so I didn't get as much. So now we have, again, for day 2, we have our oats, our oat milk, and our chia seeds that I've already added to the glass here. We aren't going to add much more to this one to sit overnight. This is going to be our S'mores overnight oats. So for overnight, aside from the base ingredients, I am just going to add the chocolate chips, which even this is not necessary. It just saves a step in the morning, to be honest. Putting the chocolate chips in now or putting them in later doesn't make a difference. 1 tablespoon of chocolate chips going in. These are dairy-free dark chocolate chips. That is my preference, but totally you can use any chocolate chips you would like. White chocolate chips would be super good, I think, too. And then we just sit that in the fridge overnight and see you in the morning. So for this one, I'm heating it up, and if you have the time, I do recommend to heat it up because you will see that the chocolate chips, of course, are melting in this heat, and that makes it even more, I mean, it makes it all the better, you know? Melted chocolate, not melted chocolate. I think I prefer melted. So I'm just heating this up literally long enough to melt the chocolate, and that's all. I don't leave this on the stove, but just a couple of minutes every single time. It's just, I just don't like the super cold overnight oats. That's just my preference, like I said. And then I add about, I don't know, 10 to 13 marshmallows here, little marshmallows. You could probably add one jumbo marshmallow, and if you do plan to melt it on the stove, and just leave it on the heat a little longer. But these little marshmallows were the perfect addition to the s'mores oatmeal. And then the only other thing I'm adding to this is a half of a graham cracker sheet on top, and it adds the perfect crunch to this overnight oats. I think this one was my favorite overall. So good. Definitely try. Next is what I'm going to call a peaches and cream. I say that because of the yogurt, but that's about it, really. It's just a fun name. But this peach was huge, so I only actually used about a quarter of it, I would say. I cut off of one side. I don't know that. Probably a third, I guess, because I cut off a large side of it. And see, as you can see, it's a whole lot of peach. And I ate the rest of the peach. And it was super good. But but I already have my oats, my oat milk, and my chia seeds in my glass. I don't think you guys want to watch me put those in every single time. So I'm just throwing my third of a peach on top. If you had a small peach, you could probably cut it up and use it all. But as you can see, this was huge. And it was so delicious. Not complaining at all, because like I said, I definitely ate it after this clip was finished. So as mentioned, those are the ingredients that were already in the jar that you didn't see me add, because it's just a little bit repetitive. And then I have a coconut milk dairy-free yogurt, and I'm doing 1 tablespoon. Actually, let's be honest, it's about a tablespoon and a half once I get it all in there, because I get just a little bit more. It's a lot of preference when you come to overnight oats. I mean, knowing the base ingredients is fun, and then kind of just going from there, because the possibilities are honestly endless. The yogurt adds a nice creamy texture. So if you do add extra milk to yours, if you add the yogurt, you may not need that extra milk, because it will put enough liquid in there. And then I'm just adding about, I would say, a half teaspoon of cinnamon on top. And one last thing, some brown sugar, just to add a tad bit of sweetness, because I didn't use cinnamon sugar for this one, just regular cinnamon. So about a tablespoon of brown sugar, and that will conclude the peaches and cream, or you can call it a peach pie. Okay, now I'm getting hungry, but anyways, that is it. And on this one, we are going to, of course, sit it in the fridge overnight and let those oats soak up quite a bit of the milk. And shake, shake, shake. As you see, I shake some and not the others. It's just because some fruit to me does not do well sitting in the oats overnight. Like bananas, for example, they get a little bit mushy, and it's just something I don't like. So as you will see, I shake some and not the other. I skipped the heating process for this, guys. I don't think you want to see me heat oatmeal up all day, but that is it. I topped with some sliced almonds, and it was so delicious. The almonds added that extra crunch. So good. Full of fruit too, so. Alrighty. So on this day, we're doing what I call a very berry oatmeal. We have our oats. I moved my chia seeds into this cute little container. And then our oat milk. And then I have the yogurt again. Sometimes I add it, sometimes I don't. Honestly, yogurt could be added to any overnight oats, and it would be so delicious. So again, about a tablespoon and a half of the yogurt. And then I have a half cup of sliced strawberries, and then about 4 blackberries. As you can see, these blackberries were very big as well. The fruit is big and plentiful right now. I cut those into fourths and just threw those in there. I know blackberries are not everyone's cup of tea, but you could definitely use blueberries. You could use raspberries. Raspberries I would probably add the next day whenever I'm getting ready to eat it, because they're quite soft and sitting in the oatmeal might not be too good. So we have our half cup of sliced strawberries. And that will conclude this one. Oh, just kidding. Honey. This one didn't have any sweetener in it, so I did add a little bit of honey. I do like to add something to the oats when I remember for some sweetness. I can totally eat it without, but when I think about it, I throw it in there when I can. And again, this is all about preference, what you like, how much sweetness you like. And about a half of a teaspoon will do it for this one, because the fruit is delicious already. So this is the heated up oatmeal the next day, and then I've added some shredded coconut on top. So good. And whether you heat them or not, if you use fresh fruit, they're going to be still nice and crisp the next day. And this is me showing my face to show you why I don't show my face, because I'm doing these at nighttime. It's the end of the day, you know how it is. And you're just ready for bed, you know? So definitely our oats, chia seeds, oat milk, and I do have the yogurt again as well. This is just going to be a sort of apple pie overnight oat. I just have one, I would say, medium-sized Pink Lady apple here. Pink Lady apples are my favorite. If you've seen any of my grocery hauls, I always get Pink Lady apples. They're so delicious. They have the perfect amount of sweet and sour. So one medium-sized apple, and as you'll see, this is quite a bit of apple, but trust me, a lot of fruit in your oatmeal makes the biggest difference. That added crunch. I do leave the skin on mine, as you can see, but you could totally peel it if you wanted to, but the peel is supposed to be the most nutritious part of it, so I leave it on and it doesn't make a difference. And for this, I'm adding about a teaspoon of cinnamon sugar, so that's my sweetness here. So, and that will do it for the apple pie-ish oatmeal overnight oats. And then again, just in the fridge overnight. Same thing as before. Super easy, guys. These take like 3 minutes to prepare the night before, and they keep me full for literally like 2 to 3 hours, probably 3 to 4 to be honest. Super filling, super delicious. I hope you guys try at least one of these, and try the s'mores if you really want to try just one. Thank you guys for watching. Hey, if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe and join our little YouTube family here while it continues to grow. I will be posting more grocery hauls and recipes, and I have another kids lunch video coming up soon. Thank you. Bye.